Hi everyone, I'm here today with little Reese with all his lovely new hair, and I'm going to give him a feed. I've changed him into this lovely knitted outfit that I bought for him with the little teddy bears on the front. It's very nice, it fits him very good too, doesn't it, Reese? It fits him lovely. He's got his little tights on. Looks really cute on him, doesn't it? And I'm going to give him a feed, and I'm going to tell you a little story, because today, as I told you yesterday, is my 48th wedding anniversary, and it's exactly now when we were getting married, this time of day. That's 11 o'clock in the UK. So let's get you ready, darling. We've got your little Peter Rabbit bibby on. Yes, we have. And I'm going to give him his bottle. Make sure it's okay. Yeah, that's fine. There you go. He's going to have his bottle. And I thought I'd tell you a little story about me, you know, getting married. And there you go, darling. Oh, I do love him with his new hair. He looks so gorgeous. He looks so different. It's amazing. I've got a totally new baby hair. Yeah. I was going to tell you about getting my dress for my wedding, because I have terrible problems. You know how it is when you've kind of got in your head an idea of what you want? I'm always like that. I always kind of have an idea in my head of the dress that I wanted, and or a piece of jewellery that I want, or whatever. I've always kind of got them in my head, and if nothing measures up to it, then I don't buy it. I don't know if you're the same. And I went into our biggest town on the bus, and I was on my own because I couldn't get any of my sisters to come with me at that point to help me choose something. And I looked all around the shops, everywhere, every department store, everything. And I just could not find this dress of my dreams. There were loads of lovely dresses. I didn't want a long one because we were getting married in registry office. I wanted a short dress, and of course it was the 60s, so everything was quite short then anyway. And I was a young girl. I was only 17. I didn't want to have anything that looked old-fashioned or frumpy. So I was getting quite disheartened anyway, and I got home, and the next day I went out to the other big town. We had a new town near us. Went out and had a look there on my own as well, and still couldn't find anything. And I was getting really disheartened because there was only a couple days to the wedding, and I didn't have anything to wear. And I thought, well, I don't want to get married in that awful yellow trouser suit that my mum had bought me. So, and that was the only other thing I had. So I was getting a bit desperate by then. Is that nice, Reese? He's enjoying his bottle, aren't you, darling? Anyway, my husband-to-be phoned me after I'd been searching for a couple of days, and he said, have you found a dress? And I said, no, I haven't. I can't find one anywhere. And he said, well, I've got the day off tomorrow, the day before the wedding. He said, I'll come with you and see if we can't find some. I said, well, that's bad luck. He said, well, you know, it might be good to have a different pair of eyes, you know, to look at things. You don't have to show me exactly what you've bought, but, you know, it might be a good idea to have someone with you. And I thought, well, yeah, it would be nice to have somebody with me. So he came over the next day. He was going to stay with us that night anyway. I think my dad was a bit worried he wouldn't turn up to the registry office, so he wanted him to stay at our house and take him to the registry office in the morning. I don't know why my dad thought that, but anyway. So the next morning off we went on the bus again, because everything was buses then. We didn't have a car or anything. And we went off, and we looked round the shops, all the main shops, and I still couldn't find anything at all. And I thought, oh my goodness, it's going to be that awful trouser suit, and I really don't want to get married in it. So we stopped and had some lunch, and we went into what was the newest craze in England then, which was a Wimpy bar. I don't know if you'll remember those. Wimpy, we used to have hamburgers and chips and that in there. They were kind of a new thing. So we went in there and had some lunch, and my husband-to-be said to me, well, we've looked at all the main shops. Should we try some of the side streets? I said, well, I don't know if there are any shops down there. He said, well, let's have a little look. And so we wandered down these side streets. And after about 2 or 3 side streets, we came across this little boutique. And it had my dream dress in the window. I couldn't believe my eyes. I mean, there were several dresses in there, so he didn't know which one I was talking about, which was lucky. But, oh my God, I was blown away. It was, you know, even better than I thought. And I don't know how we found this boutique. I mean, it was so tucked away, but it was obviously meant to be. And I went in there and I bought it. And oh, I was over the moon. I'd already bought some pink shoes and a pink flower to put in my hair, because my hair was long and dark then. I used to flick it up. Is that all right, darling? Is that enough? Is that enough for you? So I had some pink shoes and a pink flower in my hair, for my hair. And I had pink and white carnations in a little tiny bouquet, you know, just a little handheld one. So I needed this lovely white dress to complete it, and it was beautiful. I was so pleased with this dress. It was just absolutely beautiful. It had, I'll show you a picture in a minute. It had the most amazing lace, very fine lace, and it was a short dress. It was just above my knees, and it had beautiful lace over a satin underskirt, and it had the most amazing sleeves. You'll see in a minute, because I'll show you the photo. Very fine lace, and it blew me away, this dress, and it fitted lovely. And I mean, we went off to the registry office the next morning, my husband to be in one car with my dad, and my brother-in-law, who'd come down with the Christmas presents for my boys that time, he took me and my mum. And my husband's to be's parents had come all the way up from Cornwall on the train to be at the registry office, but they didn't actually come to the little, well, we only had a very small reception in the back room of a pub that my dad used to go to, and so they didn't come back to that because my husband's father had raging toothache. He was in so much pain, and they literally got on the train and went straight back to Cornwall so he could go to the dentist. Would you believe it? Anyway, it was absolutely pouring with rain, and we got to the registry office, and we were the next in line to be married. And the young lady who was in front of us to be married, she was stood on the stairs with her parents, and she was obviously heavily pregnant. I felt so sorry for her, because her mum was looking more and more worried, and her dad was looking more and more angry because he didn't turn up. I felt so sorry for her. It was awful. She went off in tears, and so we were next to get married then. So we went in a little bit early. I often think about that poor girl and wonder what happened to her and her baby, because in the 60s it wasn't acceptable at all to be pregnant without being married, you know, not like nowadays. But I often think about her. In fact, every anniversary I think about her and wonder, you know. But anyway, we got married. It was pouring with rain. So we couldn't really have any pictures taken outside the registry office, although we did have a couple stood in the doorway, but they're really dark and you can't see. But when we went to our reception in the afternoon, we had this picture taken, and I'll show it to you. I can't believe how young we look. There we are, me and my husband. Me aged 17 and my husband aged 19. And can you see the beautiful lace on the dress that I'm wearing? On the sleeves opened up. They were kind of, they were tight to the elbow, and then they went in this lovely flare. And it was just such delicate, beautiful lace. Absolutely lovely. But I can't believe how young we are in that. Look so young. So much in front of us if we'd known, goodness. But there we are, 48 years ago, today, getting married. Well, I hope you enjoyed watching me feed this scrubby little boy and listening to my story. And I hope you comment and like. And thank you so much for joining me and listening to me. I really appreciate it. I really do. And I love you all out there. And thank you so much for your love and your support. Love you, ladies.